Today we will listen the story of the wise old owl. Deep in a lush, green valley surrounded by tall hills, there was a forest known far and wide for its peace and harmony. Animals of all kinds lived together. Deer roamed freely, monkeys swung through the trees, birds filled the air with song, and squirrels played among the branches. What made this forest special wasn't just its beauty, but the wisdom with which it was governed. At the heart of the forest stood a grand, ancient fig tree. In its highest hollow lived Orin, the wise old owl. Orin had been part of the forest for longer than most could remember. He spoke rarely, but when he did, all listened. For Orin had a gift. He never took sides in anger and always sought the truth that lay between voices. One year, the skies grew dry earlier than expected. Rain clouds passed by without stopping, and the rivers that once danced through the trees turned to quiet beds of stone. The forest slowly began to thirst. By midsummer, only one spring still trickled with fresh, clear water, hidden in a glade at the center of the forest. The animals, knowing its importance, shared the spring as best they could. The deer came to drink in the heat of the day, while the monkeys swung down to rest in the branches above. For a time, things remained calm. But one morning, loud voices broke the silence. "You monkeys are always in the way," a young deer shouted. "We can't reach the water without you splashing it or dropping things from the trees. And you deer always crowd the spring," a monkey snapped back. "We need those branches to rest. It's too hot in the trees now." Soon the argument drew others. Birds stopped singing. The squirrels hid. Even the rabbits, who were usually too shy to worry, whispered nervously among themselves. The forest council called a meeting under the fig tree. All the animals came, large and small, furred and feathered, silent and loud. The deer stood on one side, the monkeys on the other. Accusations flew like arrows. Everyone spoke, but no one listened. High above them, Orin the owl opened his eyes. Slowly, he looked out over the crowd and then gently fluffed his feathers. "Enough," he said softly, but his voice carried like the wind through the trees, and all fell silent. Orin looked at them with tired eyes, full of both age and kindness. "Do you all want water only for yourselves?" he asked. "Or do you want peace for us all?" No one answered. The forest held its breath. Orin continued. "When the lion roars, all animals fear. But when the rain falls, all animals rejoice. We are not the same, but this forest belongs to all of us." He paused, then spoke of balance. "The monkeys may use the branches in the morning when the sun is bright and they are most active. The deer can drink freely in the afternoon and evening when the sun cools and shadows grow long. Other animals may come when they need, but gently, with care. And we shall take turns guarding the spring together." The animals murmured. Some looked unsure. But then a mother deer stepped forward and bowed her head. "We will follow your wisdom," she said. A monkey with gray fur nodded. "So will we." Slowly the forest breathed again. The birds returned to their songs. The squirrels resumed their games. And the spring, though still small, seemed to sparkle brighter. From that day on, the animals honored the plan. Even when the next dry season came, they remembered the words of the owl: to listen, to share, and to live in harmony. And Orin, the wise old owl, returned to his hollow, watching over a forest that once again lived in peace. Dear children, the moral of the story is that true wisdom listens to all sides and finds harmony in sharing.